This episode of Nuclear Playground Podcast has been filmed before a live studio audience.
There's literally nobody here. So
I should put a laugh track in there.
Oh no, don't. Definitely. We are already corny enough with that fucking pine tree. So man, how you been?
Been alright, man. How you been doing?
Been alright. It's been depressed like the last day or so because of Twitter.
Oh man, Twitter is a hot mess right now, and I don't even know what to say about it. But what about your depressing Twitter thing?
Oh no, let's get back to this hot mess first.
Oh, okay. So
because I'd rather not start somewhere.
So it's like 2 days ago, I was looking on Twitter, scrolling through my timeline, and somebody I followed happened to like a post that said, Stadia fan has passed away.
Right.
And I'm like, the fuck? So I click on the profile. I gotta open up Twitter real quick. Just give me 1 second here. It's
that's sweet.
It's a funny thing. Okay, so I go on this person's profile, and it's at Stadia fan is who posted this it says on their profile at Stadia fan, just a gamer who played Google Stadia, and then their profile name is Stadia fan parenthesis RIP. Peep that right there. So, okay. I just randomly scrolled before I started at the top of the timeline, and at first it's like meme-y as fuck. Like, he's super into the Stadia, and he's posting memes to like express his love for the Stadia. Like, just finished a hashtag hype gaming session with my bros on hashtag Google Stadia. Thank you at Google for the awesome service. Can't wait for more games in the future. And it's got this monkey meme flopping around there, and then he's hyping it up. Can't wait for next year when millions, possibly billions more gamers will get to enjoy the awesomeness of gaming on Google Stadia. All hail Google. You scroll, not even lying, like, and then you scroll up a couple posts, and then on the 28th of November, he says, at first I didn't know if it was a work or not, so I'm like, what the fuck? Because he says, my wife is threatening to leave me because I spend too much time gaming. She clearly doesn't understand how much fun the Stadia is. Hashtag Google Stadia, hashtag gamer, with this like dancing, like,
oh hell
yeah.
No.
And then wow, Google Stadia is the most popular platform for games right now. Just more proof that the haters don't know what they're talking about. Hashtag Stadia Nation, shit like that, right? Then it gets worse. So November 29th. When your wife is filing the divorce papers, but you don't even care because you're having too much fun playing hashtag Google Stadia.
No, is that a legit fucking guy?
There's that right there, right? So I don't know. At least I didn't know the day I'm reading this. And so I scroll up a few times, and then it says, this is 6 days ago. This post. She took the kids. ...
Oh damn.
Scroll up. It's 5 days ago. This would have been 2 days ago when I was reading this post, or 2 days from when I was reading this post. It says, stayed up all night playing Google Stadia to get over the divorce. Feel better already. Gamer for life, with this like Obama gif. And then and then 4 days ago, which would have been the day prior to me reading this post, Google Stadia has ruined my life.
Damn.
Like a day or two prior. And then the same day, I broke my contract with Google. They're sending a lawyer to my house as we speak. They're going to take everything I own. I was like, what? I keep scrolling up. I need to flee the country. This is all on the same day. I need to flee the country. If the Google execs catch me, I'm in deep shit. There's another post. I don't have much time. Please, for the love of God, do not buy Google Stadia. They stole all my private information and blackmailed me into becoming a sales rep. I never wanted this. And then, and the same day, I have to go. They're on my trail. If you don't hear from me again, please spread my message. And then 3 days ago, says Stadia fan has passed away. And that was the last post. And I'm going through the thread to see if maybe like he might have responded to somebody saying some shit like, I got you, right? No, it's just a bunch of people who are like, is this a work or RIP? And then the funniest thing I seen was, I'm trying to find it. Oh wait, I saved it to my phone. Somebody posted a video in response to it, and oh my gosh, it's the best thing ever. Oh, my phone's on silent. Hang on. Oh fuck, it's great. Why is it still not playing? Oh,
Technical difficulties.
I forgot I'm on Do Not Disturb. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Oh, why is it still not? Whatever. But you get the point.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of F's. And dude's like, F! That was the whole sound. It had me dying. So I showed my brother this, like the day I found it, because he had just got home while I'm scrolling through all this shit. And I'm just cracking the fuck up. Like, I'm like, I don't know what's happening anymore. And he's like, it's got to be at work. I'm like, I don't know. So I just fucking, I in Google, I type, Stadia fan has passed away. And the first result I get is 4chan. So like, it's been a while since I've been on 4chan. Let's see what these guys got to say about it. And one guy said, man, that's a hardcore fan right there, man. He followed his console to the grave. And every other response is just like a bunch of funny ass pictures and shit. And then one dude was like, I don't get it. And this is how I think it's a work, because one dude posted on 4chan, I don't get it, in response to that joke, followed it to the grave. And another guy explained it. This Google Stadia died because there's a lot of issues with the Stadia right now. People are complaining about it. And he goes, Google Stadia died and the fan followed it to the grave. That's the whole joke. And I was like, that's the biggest joke I've seen on Twitter so far.
It's elaborate as fuck.
And it's got everybody shook right now.
Yep. Yeah.
But some of the comments that people were saying on 4chan had me dead. Like, I gotta find it real quick.
That's like the world's longest joke.
Oh man, it's the best because it's
like
still going on.
It's like the Norm Macdonald 12-minute
Like
joke.
it's still going on right now. People are like R.I.P.
You ever hear Norm Macdonald tell jokes?
Oh yeah, they go forever.
Some of them are so fucking long. I love Norm Macdonald though. So,
oh, here we go.
It's more than likely somebody just trolling and shit.
More than likely. But somebody said, because somebody was like, oh my God, what happened? How did he die? And somebody said the Stadia overheated his modem and his house fucking exploded. Another dude said he's probably been dead for the past week and we only now know because of the input lag.
Hell no.
But the funniest thing about
dude,
it,
that is rough.
the funniest thing about the whole thing was a guy on Twitter, before I even hit 4chan, dude on Twitter was like, what if it's a real thing, like he really died and we're all laughing about it right now like it's a joke, but then we find out 20 years later that it really happened on like some kind of crime documentary or some shit.
That would be pretty interesting.
Oh dude, I'd
be like, God damn it, dude, I was just making fun of
I would feel terrible. And they would have like everybody's comments and shit on there. I'm glad I didn't say shit.
It's a good way to keep yourself pure, you know.
You just share it with your friends and don't say nothing in public.
Back to what you were saying.
But yeah, that's how you become a terrible person.
Yeah.
Or that's how you keep yourself from being a terrible person, I mean. In public, at least.
I'm just saying,
like,
man.
You don't just publicly say fucked up shit and not expect repercussions. And so, if 20 years from now, if that dude is really dead, if it wasn't a hoax, I didn't say shit, and they can't put me on blast for it.
You have said some pretty questionable shit before, though.
On this very podcast.
Yeah.
I will pay for it one day.
I hope I'm dead before then. If I don't get to sleep in time, I definitely will be. I'm gonna get them cancers.
I mean, you said some very questionable things here too.
I fucking say questionable shit
all the time.
Every time I open my mouth. Yeah, no, Twitter's a really interesting place, man. You know, there's a girl that we both know, on a level that most people don't know her, and she posts all of her business all over Twitter, dude.
Is it who I think we're talking about?
Yeah, I think so. Remember the van in front of Maddie's house?
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, did she follow me on Twitter?
I think so. I know she follows me on Twitter.
Huh.
But yeah, she posts like literally everything about her life on there.
That's a mistake.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good thing there's not much about her life other than her dirty deeds.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, I'll post a few intimate details about my life up there here and there. Like, everybody knows I have depression and anxiety and shit like that. I'm very open about that shit.
well, I mean,
But,
you
like,
look
if-
like it.
Yeah.
I'm just-
I do. I do. Everybody's always like, why are you always so upset? And I'm like, I'm not. That's just my default face.
It's my
But-
resting dick face.
But, I would never just be like, well, I won't say never because I've done it when I was like a lot younger.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't just air my dirty laundry out like that. You know what I'm saying? I've learned my lesson from that shit because that's how shit gets started.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose if you got people who have that kind of control in your life, but I'm like, man, fuck them kids. You know what I mean?
Look at all, you see them fine ass bitches
You
over
see them
there?
trees and
You see
shit.
them trees and shit?
Yeah, that tree's very poor. Your family
He'd be
poor.
alright.
No, I'm gonna fucking take that thing and put it in the alley like a Christmas tree. Like a fire fucking hazard, and keep it away from the house. Somebody come take it.
All it needs is a little bit of air.
And it needs the patchwork at the base, man. That fucking thing is leaking.
You got my patches
Man,
and my rubber cement.
Nope.
We could have been fixed executor behind me here.
Nope. It's just not possible. 'Cause I'm not willing to do it.
I am.
Well, do it then.
I earned this palm tree.
Yeah, you did. You went to work. Oh man. So yeah, but yeah, like I said, that girl, like, dude, you want to see like how open people are and how much shits they give? Like, look at her shit. She don't give no fucks.
Mm.
And you know, part of me is like, I wish I could be that free, but then again, I am. I just run my fucking mouth and say what comes to my mind, I guess. You do too, though.
I do.
It's a good thing.
Yeah.
I like that. I like
was
to
great.
know where you're at thinking, you know. I don't like the taboo shit. I don't even know what that word means. People use it all the time.
What taboo shit?
Just words like taboo or things that are taboo. I like to talk about them.
Yeah, I suppose.
I suppose.
I mean, I talk about them. I don't know if I enjoy talking about taboo things. It depends on the subject.
Sometimes, yeah, I can see you get a little weird about the subject. You're like, I don't know. Or you're like, I'm just,
It's like going to a sex shop with two friends who are a couple.
yeah.
It's just weird to me.
I don't see the weirdness in that still, but you know, whatever. To each their own, right? Maybe you should have had a drink or two before you went there. It would have been less awkward for you.
And then y'all are asking me questions. What's the matter, Sprout? You don't want to explore your body?
Oh, that shit's funny, dude. Yeah, that was a while ago. But, you know, it's a good time. I like to push the boundaries. I like pushing your boundaries. It's fun, dude. I like to watch you, like...
You're just lucky I'm used to it.
Yeah. I love it. I love fucking kidnapping you, too, and making you do shit. It's fun.
It was fucked up is that, like, I've missed out on so many things with other friends. And my only excuse is, sorry, Sherm kidnapped me. I had no choice. He locked me in the van.
Take off with you.
And they're like, yeah, right. I'm like, no, shit, seriously. Like, I told him I had to be back by blah. And he's like, okay, cool. And then suddenly it's midnight, and I just woke up.
What happened?
And my ass hurts.
And there's that regret again.
Keep shaving my legs.
Man. Oh, it's a good thing I know how to shave legs on a passed out person.
Wait, you do? I was joking.
You do? Yes, I just nair them, dude. You know, you get them all buttery and then you wipe them off.
And this whole time I thought I just couldn't grow leg hair.
Nah. No, dude. There's some really cool shit on Twitter, though. Like,
I know there's some phenomenal artists on Twitter.
Yeah, I noticed that because that's like a lot what you follow, you know.
Mhm.
I see that a lot of things that you like, a lot of interesting artists. some questionable art out there too.
Oh yeah,
Um,
a lot of NSFW floating around Twitter now.
Yeah. I love the fucking shitty Sonic drawings on Twitter. Those are the best. They make me laugh, dude.
Oh, dude, the Sonic fan base on Twitter is amazing.
So I mean, like,
and weird.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, there's this, like, there's like groups of people on Twitter. You know, they got the Justice Warriors, they got the thoughts, the Twitter thoughts. You know what I mean? Like doing their thing, showing off tits and ass, trying to sell shit.
Mm-hmm.
You got the artists all over Twitter. You got the comedians. You see a lot of those.
You got like musicians and
yeah. You got your musicians, and then you got your politicians, and then you got
the Sonic fan base.
The Sonic fan base. There's a lot of anime fucking cosplayers.
Oh yeah,
there.
totally.
Yeah, tons of them.
You know what's funny about the Sonic fan base? Like, I'm super into Sonic. Have been like my whole life. Big fan of Sonic. I cannot allow myself to be a part of the Sonic fan base that exists on the internet. I believe that there are two different Sonic fan bases. You got your OG Sonic fan base, like kids who begged their parents to buy a Genesis and fucking stayed up till like 3 in the morning playing fucking Sonic.
Like Sonic the Hedgehog on TV or Sonic Adventure.
Yeah, and you watch like the old school like Sonic cartoons and shit like that. And then you've got this new school Sonic fan base that's like post-internet. They've got deviant art and the will to draw their own characters and things like that. Which is really similar to like the original Sonic fan base. Like a lot of the friends I knew that were like into Sonic were like drawing their own like original characters and things like that. And I was one of them. I got mad at Sonic Underground because they made Sonic siblings.
Right.
And I had made Sonic siblings, and I'm pretty certain the whole world did too, and was like, oh, fuck! And but the OG Sonic fan base, as far as I know, isn't making furry porn. Or isn't like shipping characters.
Right. Maybe they did it on the low, but you know.
They might be doing some furry porn on the low.
Oh, I'm pretty sure, dude. I mean, it came.
But like all the people that are in our age bracket right now who are like into Sonic, is from what I could tell on Twitter, aren't the people that you think of when you think of the Sonic fan base.
Well, honestly, I think here's how I think it works. It's kind of like a cancer, or like it's growing under the body a long time before it actually shows up. So like all of these subcultures, if you will, that are popping up and becoming really popular, are large enough to be noticed, were there long before they just took that long to show their face. And I think it might have started with the OG shit and then evolved.
You might have a point.
It could be devolved.
When I first started drawing like my own original characters and not just like drawing from reference like Disney shit and things like that.
Right.
Or even Sonic stuff. Like I was drawing furry stuff, like you know, anthropomorphic characters, and it was way before my anime phase. And nobody was really into it at the time, really, unless you was watching like Disney Afternoon or some shit like that, or like you had Goofy Movie or some shit. And then the internet happened, and then like I don't know what happened. I just stopped looking at shit like that on the internet. Like I just was on doing like other shit, like more anime based things, and I turned back to look at like the furry stuff to see what's good there, and it's just like dragon dicks, cow titties, dragon dicks, and and I'm not judging. I'm just saying, when the fuck did that happen? And how come I couldn't realize at the tender age of 12 that I could have been a millionaire by now if I would have drawn furry porn from that moment on?
Stay drawn dicks. Like there's a place for that.
Yeah, now.
Yeah. Like
in the 90s there was not.
Well, I think a lot of people that were so worried about being different and like outcasted, once the internet came along, they realized they're not alone. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of weird fucking people out there that like the same weird shit you do. We just didn't know about it until now. You know, or till like the internet.
Yeah, but well after the internet. But,
Oh, yeah,
but definitely because of the internet. Because when the internet first came out,
It's like Mercury.
like it was like Yahoo was Google,
Yeah.
and everything took forever to load.
Uh-huh.
You didn't have time for that shit. And then when you were on the internet, you were basically just reaching out, talking to other people who were either gaming with you, or you were just chatting it up in like Yahoo Messenger or some shit like that, or like those random chat rooms that you would find across the internet and build fan sites for Sailor Moon and things like that. And,
Yeah, no, I remember that.
Yeah.
Dude, the first time
I feel like the
anybody-
first like 5 to 10 years of the internet, it was just the internet getting to know itself.
Yeah. Like I said,
And-
it was like Mercury that spilt all over and it's
Yeah.
slowly pulling together to build that giant resource.
To build that T-1000.
Yep, to where the point where Dragon Dicks popped out of it. You know? It had to evolve.
Somewhere 10 years down the line, internet was like, I think I like Dragon Dicks.
Well,
There
I
it
mean,
goes.
like, just think about it. Like, remember Gidget from, what's the name of that cartoon we used to watch?
Talk
Chip
about
and Dale. Or
Gadget.
Gadget, yeah. There's gadget porn now, and that came out like not that long ago.
You know, I'm going to retract part of my last statement because I do feel like a lot of gadget porn is because of people our age.
Yeah,
Because of those
Yeah.
those kids that were our age at the time.
they got
who
really
got
good.
those really awkward boners.
Yeah, that confused boner. Like, okay. I don't know why. It's kind of like when a doctor touches you and you're like, your dick's like, hey, what's going on here? And you're like, you're telling yourself like, there's no reason to get a hard on here, and then your dick's like, are you sure? And you're like, you better listen to me, Dick. And Dick's like, I'm already halfway there, and then you're like really embarrassed because no longer are you just flaccid. You're starting to get a little heavier down there. You know what I mean? and then you're like, look, there's nothing going on. Like when the lady doctor grabbed my grapefruit-sized ball from epididymitis. It hurt, dude. Like, okay, because it already feels like you got kicked in the nuts like every 2-3 seconds, right? So I'm in pain, and she's holding my balls, and still, I'm like, what are we doing here?
What exactly am I signing up for here?
Exactly. It hurts still, but we're down. And I'm like, no. My brain's like,
I'm
dude.
doing it for America.
Yeah, no. It's interesting though. I'm pretty sure that you know that's where like all of those old characters, they got all their practice in, and now they're at the age where like, fuck, dude, I'm gonna draw like some straight up porn with, you know, Tailspin characters.
Yeah,
or-
Tailspin's another one. Tailspin's way older than Rescue Rangers.
Right.
I was like 7 when Tailspin came. 7 or 8.
I don't-
Maybe 9. It was like definitely late 80s cartoon.
I love Tailspin. I love Gummy Bears too. Remember?
Oh, that's my shit.
Yeah. But yeah, there's shit for that on Twitter too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I see a lot of interesting things. I see a lot of sad things.
I see a lot of people making fucking Twitters for like their cats and babies.
Yeah, that's weird.
And I've also seen
They want that grumpy cat money.
They were trying to trend vegan cats for a while on Twitter. Remember that?
That's the worst fucking idea I've ever heard.
It's fucking terrible. Like cats are
are
natural
not-
predators.
Yeah, they eat
meat.
Yeah.
Only meat.
I mean, but basically only meat. They're almost like a fucking polar bear, you
Mhm.
know? You don't feed a cat all vegetables all the time. Like, I don't know. Maybe somebody knows a little bit something better than me on that shit, but honestly, that sounds like a terrible fucking idea.
Can you imagine like a cat that just says fuck it and actually commits to it because he has no choice? And then like 5 years down the line, you're
He's
like
dead.
go visit your friends and you're like, oh, there's a kitty, and it's all sickly and emaciated, and she's like,
I don't think it would make it 5 years. I think it would make it about 2 weeks before it got feral and started attacking a bitch.
oh no shit,
Right?
instincts will take over real quick.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that cat will rip some shit up. For sure.
Mm.
So, like, on Twitter, what kind of person are you?
I'm me through
I'm
and through.
me.
You're like it.
Yeah, but
it
I
was
know
ju-
that,
it was
but,
just
like,
like the
what-
Facebook thing. Like you know, like you have like some people have alternate personalities on the internet.
No, I dual. Everybody's like quadruple personality. and like through the internet in
Yeah,
real life.
like-
But people are circumstantial anyways.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I don't believe anybody's this way all the fucking time or that way all
Right.
the time.
But I don't try to put on no like veils or facades or like anything like that. I don't try to exhibit myself as a person that I am not.
Hold on, let me exhibit myself in a better way. With the camera on.
You have to duck face the whole video now because we got camera on us.
I forgot that fucking thing was there for a minute. Man. Probably got my like half awake, double chin. Nah, yeah. It's Twitter's an interesting place. Me, I'm pretty basic on Twitter though. Like,
Oh, you mean like what do I do on Twitter? Just like what am I trying to do on Twitter?
yeah.
Art mostly. I mean, art and funny quips and games. That's about it. I don't try to stick to just one thing. I probably should if I want to make money on art as a living.
Yeah.
Not like trying to get rich, but just to like do what I like to get by.
Right.
But I don't know. I have too much fun on Twitter in general. Like I like promoting other people's art, and I like a lot of the gaming content that a lot of the people who are on Twitch are sharing on Twitter. And it's how I find a lot of really cool people on Twitch. I've made a lot of art friends on Twitter. Ended up supporting a couple artists on Patreon because of Twitter. So I feel like I'm more of a curator at this point than anything else.
Okay. I am. I don't know, because there's not a lot of natives, you know what I mean? So anytime I see like native shit that I feel like a voice that needs to be heard, I will tweet some shit about that. And a lot of the times it's like, okay, I read the article, I feel it, I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna post this. I know most people aren't interested, but I mean, like,
I see you tag me in a lot of them, and you're like, you see this shit? I'm like, fuck yeah, I should share it with the world, but you don't have retweets enabled.
I don't. Do I?
No. I don't know when that happened, but like after about a year or so ago, you just stopped letting motherfuckers retweet you, and I was like, why?
Because
on Facebook.
I don't like it. I think I'm talking shit. No, no, I don't know. I should probably remove that. You know, but yeah, I just like, I don't know. And then I like jokes, and I like to read jokes, and I like memes.
Mm.
But I like to instigate shit. Really. I mean, I'm not even serious about 90% of the beef I start on Twitter. It's like
Thanksgiving all year for you on Twitter.
Oh, fuck yeah. It is, dude. Because I see it all the time. And because there's everybody who's mad about, like, all these weird issues and shit. And, I'm like, if you sit down and think about it.
Like, what kind of weird issues?
Not allowing your special pet on the airplane or in a restaurant. Or, you know, being pulled over because you're speeding but you're like Mexican, and they're like, it's because I'm Mexican. It was like, dude, you're speeding like 100 miles an hour. Or, you know, like just this the oddest fucking things.
We could have a whole podcast about service animals.
Yeah,
real shit, because a lot of people don't even have service animals. I'm gonna keep it real brief here. I deal with this at my store all the time. A lot of people have emotional support animals.
That's
and they try to claim them as service animals, and
right.
The airport won't let you have emotional support animals on the plane. It's got to be a service animal. Most stores won't let you have emotional support animals, depending on what state you live in. Like Minnesota, it's got to be a service animal. We can't ask if it's like if they're like what their disability is or anything like that.
Right.
But we have to we have to be able, we're able to ask, has it been trained for specific tasks?
Right.
But that's as far as that conversation goes. We can't ask for credentials, no shit like that. But you know an emotional support dog when you see one. Because what fucking chihuahua is leading a blind person through any kind of life?
Well, because most of them aren't, you can tell they're not fucking blind.
Yeah. Like, you're looking at me and talking to me, so you're not blind or deaf.
Right. So what else does that dog do for you? Do your fingers not work so it sends texts and shit? Like, what? I don't know. Maybe it wipes you, like you can't reach your own ass and it wipes it for you. I don't know.
That's gross.
It is.
Because dogs don't use toilet paper.
No, they don't. They use tongues.
They don't have thumbs.
They usually use your carpet or their own tongues. If you're lucky, they'll use the grass.
There are a lot of those crusades on Twitter, though.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah. There's a lot of social justice shit going on there that needs a lot more looking into. Because I feel like a lot of people's issues, they're not dug in deep enough. You know what I mean? They get the surface, like, oh, this hurts my feelings, but you got to think about why it hurts your feelings, and then you got to put like all of these systems into place on why this shit's happening, and then you can fucking complain. But most people just complain about like the surface shit, and they don't think about like the root of the fucking problem or anything beyond that. And anything beyond their own fucking problem, because a lot of people's problems are overlapping with other shit. You know what I mean?
Did you hear about the whole gym leader Nessa whitewashing thing?
No, I didn't.
On the internet?
Who?
A lot of it happened on Twitter.
Who?
Nessa's one of the new gym leaders from Pokemon Sword and Shield. And she's a person of color. She's either black or brown, one of the two. She's hella dark, I know that. And the first person to bring it up to me was she's at Evocade Art on Twitter. I happened to see it on my timeline, and she was talking about how it's fucked up that people are whitewashing Nessa, like people of color need representation, which I don't disagree with.
How are they whitewashing her?
Okay, well, there's a lot of people who will take somebody else's fan art and whitewash it, like basically Photoshop it to where she's white, or they'll draw their own version of Nessa where she's white. One person went as far as to Photoshop a chimpanzee in
okay, so now that's racist. Okay,
yeah, no, that's hella racist. And I think it's right now is still a thing. It's only been like a few months. Let me take a look. Your phone's going ape shit over there, by the way.
No, it's not.
It ain't me.
Don't lie, Sprout. You're looking at your phone right now.
Because I'm looking for the Nessa whitewash.
The camera's watching. Okay.
Yeah, and your phone's right over there making all that noise.
Nope.
I got a moon on my shit. That means do not disturb, son.
He's lying. You're such a liar. Did anybody ever tell you that? Anyways, are you gonna show this thing, or are you gonna answer your text message or your
I'm not
messenger?
fucking texting.
Your messenger. Are you gonna have come over here, Trinity?
Yes, look, November 27th, 29th even.
But it's like December.
Yes, it's been a few days, so people are still complaining about it. Is the whole thing
December 6th. It's been like a week. No, I'm just like. But yeah, okay, so they're whitewashing it.
It's just fucked up. Like, God forbid that niggas have something nice.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's fucked up.
Well, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, look at the only native representation in Soul Calibur. Rock, a white dude, raised by natives.
Yeah. Look at Dances with Wolves. No. Last of the Mohegans.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking, what was his? Daniel Day-Lewis.
That commercial with the native dude crying because somebody littered.
Italian
Not even
dude.
a native dude.
Italian dude. Most of those natives in the Macy Day Parade, Mexican.
Word?
Hell yeah. Them motherfucking natives. Most of them is Cubans.
It's fucked up.
It's. I don't know that.
He said Cubans or some shit.
Oh man. Yeah, no. I mean, most people are like, how's it feel to have somebody in office like Elizabeth Warren? And I'm like, what you mean? She's got as much native as like everybody else that I've ever fucking met. So what the fuck are you talking about?
Everybody wants to have native in them now.
I don't know why. I mean, if you hot, you can come get some native in you. No, I'm just kidding.
Because everybody wants to be a unicorn. Like,
yeah, it's not what it do. It's fucking hard. It is, because you don't get hurt. And then everybody just likes to romanticize your shit and not fucking listen. It's like, no, dude, this shit's going on right now. There's like major issues. Shit hasn't stopped. And then everybody's
like
well,
women are still fucking turning up missing.
Yeah, nonstop. They have the highest fucking missing persons rate in any other fucking group of people in the United States or in Canada.
Have any of them been found yet? Not a single one.
No, yeah, the ones that have been found been pieces and things like that, you know. But
That's fucked up.
yeah, it's fucking crazy the rate of Native American women disappearing. And I was like, and nobody was like, that's like eradicating Native people. Like, you know, like Native women give birth to a bunch of Native babies. You know what I mean? It's
I feel like someone's trying to do some like low key crowd control in that area.
yeah, no, I feel like that's what it is. It makes sense to me. And then there's just like tons of issues, like all these pipeline issues, and like going through.
Wasn't there an oil spill with that?
Yeah, one just happened like fucking not that long ago. Posted that on Twitter, just to be like, okay, because like people talk shit about protesters and like they're wasting their time and money. And I was like, now it's costing all this money to clean that shit up, and fucked up some land and this, that, and the other thing. It's just like there's a lot of dirt that goes on that people like to just forget about or sweep under the rug. So I like to bring it to light every now and again when it comes up a lot, because I follow a lot of people on Twitter that are like like pro native shit, and I'm like, if I wanted to, I could be like all day posting all these fucking stories, but like I'm like, man, I don't want to seem that down on Twitter. So then I like post some funny shit or what I think is funny, or some crazy shit. But I actually, like I was saying earlier, I've followed somebody on Twitter. I've been following for a little while now. Actually, give me like 1 second. Let me grab my phone.
Yeah. While you're doing that, let me tell you something. I just discovered. So, Black Twitter is awesome. It's fucking great. It's the fucking highlight of my day. There was a Black Twitter subreddit, and I used to love reading it and shit, and now it went private. And I just also, in the same moment I found out it went private, there's a white Twitter subreddit, and I'm gonna click it. And I'm gonna let you finish your thing so I can look at that later.
It's just like, there's this dude from Minnesota.
Yeah.
And he, like, I've been following him on Twitter for like, I don't even know how long. No, it's been a while, right? And like, he posts funny shit and like talks about like all kinds of different shit. Like, I think he's like an author or something like that, or something along the lines of like that.
Right.
And like a year ago in November, he posted a picture of his son, and his son got sick, right? And then we found out like, oh, he's like sick. So he started like a GoFundMe a little bit later down the road. Take care of his kid. Things get worse and worse, and you can see it. Sometimes things get better, sometimes things get worse. All the treatments aren't going so well,
right?
And this kid's like 6 or something like that, you know, little young kid. And over the summer, I'm watching him struggle, and his dad is like posting about it like all the time, and then he's posting about like just financial woes, like how much money it takes and how much time they're trying to spend with their sick kid.
Oh, you're telling me about this?
Yeah. And with their sick kid and shit, and how, you know, once you use up all your paid time off and all of your vacation days and like everything else, you're expected to come back to work, and then you got all these bills to pay and like all this other shit, and the boy needs attention, you know what I mean?
Right.
And they know he's getting worse, so they're trying like all these things. And I think it was like a week ago or a week and a half ago. I mean, don't quote me on this, but it was sometime within that time period. And he's posting about how his son's getting worse and he's having a hard time staying awake and being conscious for long periods of time, but he's able to smile and talk and, you know, say things. But then he was saying like weird stuff like there's a McDonald's in my diaper, and can you get it out? And like,
was it like when we went to go visit Gimp and we were gonna go get food, and we asked them if there were going to be colored people in that fucking bar in Upper Peninsula, Michigan.
Yeah.
And he says, yeah, I've seen tons of them up there. And we got there, and we pretty much ran the fuck out.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was just like weird. He was saying weird things and such. And then he was saying, like, oh, they found an experimental treatment. They just need the money for it. And they're like so short or whatever, and he was like, put his GoFundMe shit. And like a couple days after that, or maybe it was like a few more days after that, you know, he's like, oh, his condition's getting worse. He's like having a hard time speaking now and staying awake for like long at all. And then it got to a point like 3 days ago, or maybe 4 days ago, where he was just barely awake at all, and he can't talk anymore, and like he's just making gurgly sounds, and then like he's losing consciousness, and then he's
what was he sick with again? Like cancer or some shit?
some weird cancer and some weird tumor, and then he's like no longer able to speak, and then he's no longer conscious, and then he's losing all higher functions, and to a point where he's just a shell and he's fighting to be alive. And then I was reading that like in the morning, and then later in the day, I'm looking at my Twitter, and I refreshed my screen, and it popped up like, oh, Adrian passed away.
Oh no!
And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? And I'm like here in my head, because you know, like, it's kind of like when you're watching this stuff, because I try, like, I don't know how to interact with that, like, because honestly I'm so close to death that it's like I really don't have much to say about it anymore. You know what I mean? It's just like you kind of have to be okay with it at this point. So I didn't know what to say. I don't know what to say, based on how I feel about death, you know, and it's nothing to tell a man about his son who's just passed away, you know what I mean?
Now you can't. There's no way you can advise somebody through that
there's
shit.
Nothing. There's no, like, and I thought about it, and just thinking about that made me cry, you know, and like I'm fucking mad, because it's like, is it just money that could have saved this kid, you know what I mean? And I mean,
what's fucked up is that if it is just money, like, why is it just money? Doctors are supposed to like be willing to save lives and do no harm, but I mean,
have the money for the procedure,
but they have the talent to do it, man.
Exactly, that's my whole point. They have the talent. There are the resources.
Their creed is to do no harm, and by saying that you don't have enough money, you are doing harm to somebody.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
no, and I get it, but I mean, the doctors could afford it themselves. You know, why not? Who knows? But, you know, like, at the same time, who's to tell somebody what the fuck to do with their own money? You know what I mean? So, yeah, it was just like, if that was the reason or part of the reason, it's really fucking sad. You know what I mean? And two, I have kids my like that or that age. You know, Aubrey's that age.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he's that young?
Yeah, he's 6.5.
Damn.
Yeah, so it's like, it's super fucking sad to think about, like, oh, what if that happens to my own kid? 1 year. It took 1 fucking year. That was it. That's all he had to know. To hold on that tight. I mean, to hold on that tight, but I mean, you want to hold on even tighter, and like knowing something like that is gonna happen. I mean, and so it makes me want to hug my kids longer. But a gross part of me grew from it, and I feel it, and I'm trying my best to not.
How's it a gross part?
Well, because that idea, like, it's only money, so that's driven me, like, in my sleep, in my awake hours, to do what I can to get as much money as possible, like, allocate all the resources I can, so if anything like this ever fucking happens, I'm not in that situation. You know what I mean? And
I don't think it's fucking gross to think that way. Like,
no, but it is, because what I'm thinking about is like totally selfish. Because it's like, what are you willing to do?
Is it really selfish?
When you're willing,
is it really selfish to learn vicariously through others? It's
to
not
be violent to do whatever. Because like I said, if it came to that, I would fucking.
You would John Q a whole hospital?
I would John Q. If I knew they had monies in their pockets and that's the only way I'm getting it. Fuck yes. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if that makes me dangerous or dumb. You know what I mean? But
I'd go with dangerous. Definitely dangerous.
But it's just like, what would you be willing to do? You know what I mean? Like if you had to do what
Here's the thing, man,
if
if
you don't
it's-
have any money.
I've always lived by the philosophy that if it's out of my control, there's nothing I can do.
But if you can, then you can. You know what I mean? If you can rob somebody, you can get money.
Well,
then
here's the thing.
that's capable. You
I'm
can
not
do
gonna,
it.
but I can't risk myself. As selfish as it sounds, I can't risk the possibility of never seeing my son again just to get that kind of money. You know what I'm saying?
But what if? But I'm saying that
because
money
what if
saving
what if
his
I found a
life.
way? What if I found a legit way to save his life? And now here I am in prison, and this nigga's alive, and I didn't fucking. Now I'm stuck not seeing him.
He can
You know what
come
I'm saying?
see you. He's alive because of you.
You owe me, kid. You fucking come to prison right
Goddamn-
now.
Goddamn right. Put money on my books.
I need Snickers and ramen noodles.
I need colored pencils. I need crayons. I don't know, dude.
What was the guy's name and the kid?
Actually, I can give you his Twitter right now because he's actually got a
What was the kid's name?
Adrian.
Okay. Well, I'm
And-
taking a drink for Adrian and his dad.
Yep.
Shout out to Adrian's dad for being awesome. And
Troy Blackford at T Blackford 3 at Twitter.
send that to me later.
Yep.
I don't want to be on my phone during the.
He's got a fundraiser for his kids and a GoFundMe for like funeral shit and all that other stuff, you know.
Bet.
But yeah, it's just like it is really sad.
Can you repeat his Twitter handle real quick so at least the listeners can get an opportunity to try to help this man out?
Yeah, his Twitter is at T Blackford 3, the number 3.
Mr. Blackford, this is for you.
Yeah. So yeah, that's why I said it was a little depressing. I mean, it is because he's got pictures of his kid. His kid's was fucking adorable. You know what I mean? So it's like it's fucking sad. And then I was asked like by a couple of people like, oh, what does that make you want to do? I'm like, it makes me want to fucking be Lex Luthor. Because there was like no shit. There was that sounds so bad. There's an episode of Smallville like taught me everything. But no shit, there was an episode of Smallville where Lex Luthor gets shot and then he's like in a coma, but he's having like fantasies about having a kid with Lana Lang and she's pregnant again, and him and Clark are friends, and like he has this whole different lifestyle now, like not a rich man but like just a normal guy, and his wife is Lana now, and she's pregnant, and they go to the hospital, and
Excuse me.
apparently his dad like cut him off, so he has no money like this, and so Lana is dying in the hospital from childbirth. And
Wait, is this one of those like Lex Luthor like white man's burden type dreams?
Yeah. So he goes to his dad to ask for help because his dad has connections to all the best doctors in the world, and all the resources he would need to save Lana. And Lionel's like, nah, fuck you. You ain't my son. You turn your back on the Luthor name, so like suck my dick. And so he goes back and watches Lana die, and when he wakes up, before he wakes up, his mom tells him like it's just like a Christmas Carol. He's like, this could be your future if you make the right choices. And so he has to like to turn his back on his dad and watch Lana die, or be the most ruthless motherfucker, get all of the power and protect those he loves with that. And I was like, I don't know.
In a post-apocalyptic world, I would go fucking ham. I would take as many motherfuckers out as possible if I had to in order to save my son's life. But like, I always feel like there's a better way. Like, perfect example. One of my sisters, I told you about this before.
Yeah.
One of my sisters came to me, and she's got a history with being in all kinds of shit, and I don't want to put her business on blast like that, but my nephew got into some shit with the police. Apparently he's facing some prison time, and my sister was trying to find him a lawyer, but lawyers are expensive. So she was sending me a picture of like some weed, talk about, can you help me sell this? And I'm like, no, like, shouldn't you be getting your shit together? And
should you be getting your shit together? She's trying to get that.
She was like, I am getting my shit together, but that's not the point. I need money to get a lawyer for Anthony.
I was right. I knew it. A retainer, right?
So I'm like, well, fucking earn it the legit way. She's like, that's not gonna happen soon enough. And I'm like, well, I don't know what to tell you, because I can't help you when you could potentially go to prison and never see your son again, and he'll just be stuck in fucking prison. Right. You know what I mean? Like, that's just dumb to me. And so we didn't talk for like a good year after that, and I don't know if she was mad at me or not, but I just seen her like a couple days ago. We're cool. So but no, this shit just threw me for a loop. You know what I mean? Like, there's always a better way. Like, you got GoFundMe, you got if you're creative, you can Kickstarter your way into making some money.
Yeah,
you
but I mean, okay, so like the GoFundMe thing, I see how it works, but at the same time, if you ain't connected to a lot of people already in the first place, ain't nobody helping you shit.
The thing is that people are connected to a lot of people, a lot more people than they realize they are. Yeah. And it's fucked up to say this, but my sister made a reputation for herself, where if she was to do some shit like that, how trustworthy would she be in the eyes of others? You know what I'm saying?
Right,
and and she knows that, and that's why she went to other means. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. It's fucked up, and I really hope that Anthony gets out of his shit. You know what I mean?
Cool name drop there.
My fucking nephew. I don't care.
Fuck you, nephew.
No, that's my dude, man. I love him to death, and I really hope that things work out for him. But I mean, I feel like it's out of anybody's control at this point. Like, the most he can hope for is a dope ass public defender.
That ain't happening, bro. Hell no.
Some people get really good public defenders.
No, they don't.
I got one.
Yeah, and look at you now.
I'm free, nigga. That's a good thing.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have had a record had you got yourself a lawyer. Because he would have made sure you would have been good.
I feel like
I know what I'm talking about.
I mean, I wouldn't have had a record, yes, but my record's not that bad.
No, but I'm saying
as a result of me having a really... Yeah.
Yeah, but that's my point. Like, lawyers can help.
It only affected me for like 5 to 7 years.
Public defenders just want the quickest way out of it, so they can get their money and they can get you back into the fucking thing, so they can deal with the next person.
She tried to.
Yeah. At
first, she was like, "Yeah, they're offering you like a year in the workhouse," and I was like, "You might as well just put me in prison for a year then." And I said that to the assistant DA's face. Put me in prison for a year then, because from what I understand, the workhouse is no different. At least in Hennepin County. I don't know what Anoka's is like. And that's where I was in Anoka. I know that their jail sucks.
Right.
So I was like, just put me in prison. I don't give a fuck. And the DA was like, "Oh, man, you must really not have been that serious about the incident you got in." And I'm like, that's the whole point. Like, it wasn't supposed to be that big of a situation. It ended up being that way because people were fucking too drunk to realize what the fuck they were doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've already made amends with the person on the other side of that party, and we're cool as fuck. Like, she's waiting for me to take me home. Like,
hell no. So I still remember that day coming up there and seeing you. Were like, no, wait, bam! Cop door shut right in your face. I was like, no, well, I was too late. Yeah, it was good times.
Good times.
Oh man. I don't know, man. I just feel like, for me personally, if I feel like if it's well thought out on risk versus reward, because that's all it is. Everything is.
How well are you gonna think things out when panic mode sets in, though?
I'm pretty good under pressure, dude.
That's because you live like half your life in the woods. Running from bears and wolves and shit, like.
Well, Yeah, well, that and it's like I got put through the ringer a lot. You know what I mean? So I've always.
Well, you've seen a lot of shit too. A lot at a really early age.
Just kind of have to make snap decisions, and then like you learn from those decisions, and then you make different snap decisions. You're like, I'm not doing that again. That's why I was gone. Like soon
last time I got chopped in the neck. What do I do this time?
So like if I feel like I can fight my way out, I will. But most of the time I'm gonna run because like if I think I can get away, I'm gonna get away. But I mean, you know, well thought out. I usually think things pretty far through before I get into them. Especially the higher the risk, the more thought out they are. Let's just put it that way.
Right.
If there's less risk involved, then it's like a no-brainer.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Real quick before we close out here, I'm going to sate my curiosity and go to this fucking white Twitter business.
Yes.
167 members.
Are they all white?
I don't know. It's loading right now. I think it's just I think they're shitting on white people. I don't know.
You can't tell.
I can't. Okay, so here's this meme. That moment you realize you're just a sugar daddy.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna save these images so we can put them on the video when we upload it. What else is there? Marines stealing your girl since World War II. Like what's really going on here? White people Reddit.
White people Reddit. Is it Reddit? I thought it was white people
I
Twitter.
mean, white people Twitter, but it's on Reddit. It's a subreddit. How I look when I pass Victoria's Secret at the mall.
Oh, dude, that is fucked up.
I think they're shitting on white folk. I just don't know. That's it. That's all the posts. Oh, there's one. Phil Werrell says, "Mi papa tiene 47 años." I don't know numbers in Spanish. Not anymore. It says, "My dad is 47 years old. Mi papa tiene 47 años.
Wait,
My potato has 47 assholes." Oh, años and anos. Sorry.
40? Is it 40? 47? I don't know.
I don't know. You know more than I do. But yeah, it's
I don't know.
shit like that. So I don't know.
I don't know. It's
So
not,
far, they're off to a terrible start.
It's better than what I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be a bunch of white people shitting on black people.
Oh, that would have been the fucking worst. Like, what the fuck? And I would have been in that podcast because I would have punched my computer.
It would have been like KKK Twitter or something like that, you know? Are they even allowed to have a Twitter?
KKK?
Yeah.
I'm afraid to search for it because the
Really-
NSA is going to creep up on my ass real quick.
You get all extra pissed off and start punching your computer. Because you're reading a bunch of illegible fucking shit.
Just go to KKK Twitter and like their pinned tweet is "Man on, dog, man on chimpanzee, Negro, man on, dang on."
It's written in crayon. That's great.
Their fucking profile pictures a Twitter bird with the fucking dunce cap on it.
Oh, man. Yep. It's good times. And then they all show up with their nice white robes and their nice white caps. And then the Old Spice guy comes out and it's a tight ad.
Oh, fuck.
Well,
Well, that was a good time. It was a good podcast.
did we pumped out an hour already?
Yes, we're at an hour. Well, 59 minutes and 30 seconds, but
Okay, well,
Yeah.
cool. That was fun.
it's good.
Next time we should try to do more cameras,
Yeah.
or maybe we'll just stick with this one till we get more because we only have.
I mean, we've got enough cameras, but How much time do we got to splice all that video?
I got time.
All right, bet.
I got time.
Let's make something happen. But we'll stick to this for now just to save time until we get a system set up.
Right.
And then, yeah.
Dude, I've literally sipped this like twice.
I've sipped this like twice, but this is my second drink since we started recording. Well, let's finish these drinks and finish this podcast.
Smoke, dude.
And yeah, I was gonna say let's fucking finish the podcast, finish these drinks, and smoke.
It's over.
We didn't say peace or nothing, man. We're still recording until that shit goes.
Ready? Did we do the hands like?
Oh shit! Thanks for listening, guys. Peace.
Peace.